Hey friend, this is Reg Kelly, Table in the Wilderness. I want to bring you a clip today entitled Claire's Heart Problem. We have a senator running for re-election this year. Her name's Claire McCaskill, and she has a heart problem. I want to ask you something, Claire. Would you have a problem with this right here? You remember Dred Scott? You remember him? They declared that he was a non-person back in the 1800s. I don't think you have a problem with that, do you, Claire? You don't have a problem with Dred Scott? What about this guy right here, Claire? Do you have a problem with him being beat like that and being enslaved? Oh, no, you wouldn't say you have a problem with him, would you? Well, how about this right here, Claire? You have a problem with this right here, the atrocities committed against people in the Holocaust. Look at the bodies stacked up there. Do you have a problem with that? No, you would say that you don't have a problem with that. You're a genuine liberal and you're against all those things. But Claire, let me ask you something about this. Then why do you have a problem with this right here? That's a baby that's been butchered in its womb, but you support it. And you're a Missouri senator. It shocks me that the people of Missouri have elected you, but you know why they have? Because you've manipulated them and you've scoured your opponents and lied on your opponents, and you'll do anything to keep your office. But you're a hardcore liberal to the core. What's wrong with you, Claire, that you would support something like this? What's wrong with you, Claire, that you would support something like this? Look at this, Claire. Something that you would support a baby being salinized like that, killed with salt. Claire, what's wrong with your heart? There's something wrong with your heart. Look at this, Claire. Babies being torn apart, ripped. No, let me tell you something. You got a real problem, Claire, a problem with your heart. You care more about invading aliens coming into this country than you do about the veterans. That's evidenced by your action and by your votes and by your statements. You care more about the child and the children of invaders down the border than you do about the children that are being ripped apart of the wombs of this country. And so you're going to vote against Judge Kavanaugh unless you think it might cost you the election. But you know for sure that if it wasn't for the election, you'd vote against Kavanaugh in a heartbeat. I'll tell you something that's wrong with you whenever a pervert gets your support to go in the bathroom with little children, little boys and little girls, rather than you caring about the little boys and little girls being attacked by some pervert. No, you're all for the Democrat, liberal, progressive agenda of opening up bathrooms to transgenders. In fact, your heart is so messed up, Claire, that you think it's all right for same-sex marriage as opposed to God-ordained marriage. You're a puppy of the progressive movement, nothing more. Not only that, but you oppose constitutional judges. But you support flag burners and Antifa and socialists in this country. Oh, you're hooked up with all these socialists who want to destroy our Constitution. You don't have a respect for our Constitution. You oppose Trump's tax cuts. You oppose anything that's right for America. You seem like you're against the Constitution. You know, it's sad when it seems like you're on your bus tour, just the exact hypocrisy that you are. You got a heart problem. You don't lie to people like you're out there, you don't get with the people, pretending like you're on the bus when you're flying around. And then you're doing big favors for your husband's situation behind the door, and you're using your political office for millions of dollars a gain. When you vote to kill jobs, when you vote to increase taxes, there's something wrong with your heart. There's nothing I know of that you believe is right. And I think it's time for America to send you, for Missouri to send you out. And I'm saying this, that you're a two-bit phony. Your values are not from Missouri. Your values are actually out of the bowels of hell. Maybe China and Venezuela, but certainly not Missouri. And I'm asking people that watch this clip, vote her out. She has a heart problem. She's bad for this country. You watch her in this judgeship election. She'll only vote for Kavanaugh. She thinks it'll save her hide and enable her to stay in the Senate to vote against everything that's right for Missourians. She's against the Second Amendment. And if she's against the Second Amendment, she's against the Constitution. This is Reg Kelly, and I approve this message, and I'm not afraid or ashamed of it. Claire, there's something wrong with your heart when you support stuff like this, and yet you'll support invaders' children down at the border. Let's vote her out, folks. It's time to move her on, get her out of this state.